Hey guys, Italy Tiger 29 here. What's up? Today I will be showing you my Dragunity deck, which I entered in a tournament 2 days ago at my locals, and I got 5th place, so it's a really good deck. There's some unusual things in there, but they work really well, so tell me what you think, and here's the deck. First off, as always, we have 3 Dragunity ducks. This is the main non-tuner of the deck. Use him to get out Vajrayana, synchro again, and get a level 8 first turn. And to do that, you need to pair him up with Dragunity Phalanx. I only have 2, but if I had 3, the third one would definitely be in here. And surprisingly, I actually draw these quite often, and even if I don't, I can search it out or send it to the graveyard anyway with Dragon Ravine. But very good combo. Those two work really well together. Obviously, by now you should know. Also, obviously, 3 Legionnaire. He takes down Sheehan really easily. He's the main guy you use with his effect. You use his effect with Atlas, and you get to destroy basically 2 cards on your opponent's field as long as one of them is a face-up monster. And so it's 2 pluses and 0 minuses for you, which is a really great, annoying to other people move. I only run 1 Dragunity Arma Mistletoe because I honestly think you don't need 2 of him because, first of all, unlike what I'm going to show you next, Levitin, his effect cannot be activated from the graveyard, and you know he can't really be searched out because he's a free floater in the deck. So you know if you draw him, he's definitely usable, but you know if he's in the deck, you know it's not really useful. You know it's just taking up space in the deck. So you know, but if you have him in your hand first turn, you can get a Stardust out. So one of him is perfect. Next, 2 Dragunity Arma Levitin. Okay, I don't know if you can see his name right there. You can probably see it. His name is not Leviathan. I hate when people call him Leviathan because that is not his name. But anyway, I run 2 of these instead of 1 because I run the Levitin Rider effect with where I equip Lad to him, and then it's a never-ending cycle. If you want to know what I'm talking about, I have another video explaining that cycle, so watch that definitely. And also in that video, just a side comment, instead of sending the equipped monster to the graveyard, it's removed from play. But anyway, you should watch that video and see what I mean, and it's almost an impossible effect or strategy to break, but there are some loopholes. Next is 1 Dragunity Brandistock because he turns a beater into a double beater, basically. That beater can attack twice instead of once. And he's a tuner as well, so it makes it a little easier to bring out those odd level tuners, such as level 7s. So he's pretty good. One of him is fine. Next, Effect Veiler is pretty obvious. A Morphing Jar, because normally you either have no hand or only like 1 or 2 or 3 cards in your hand anyway, and they'll probably be needing to go to the graveyard anyway. So just to refill your hand and get all the cards you need into the graveyard, and he's just perfect for this deck. It's like he was made for this deck, even though this card is really old. So yeah, not this card because it's from Gold Series, but you know what I mean. Shieldwing. I took out a Battle Fader and replaced it with this because I side decked the Battle Fader, but I find that this is so much better for defense because yeah, the Battle Fader ends the battle phase, but that's only 1 battle phase. This actually stays on the field usually the whole duel because it's so hard for my opponents to get rid of it, especially when I have a good back row. So this card is I don't think I've ever pitched this card for Dragon Ravine. I always use it in defense mode, so I really recommend a Shieldwing in this deck. And the last monster is Malefic Stardust Dragon. Yes, I main deck it. I do not side deck it because I find that it really protects Dragon Ravine, and everyone by now knows that they have to destroy Ravine before anything else with their MSTs. So this protects it, and he's so easy to bring out as long as you have a Stardust, so why not have more special summoning in the deck? Alright, on to spells. The most obvious thing ever. 3 Dragon Ravines. The main engine of the deck. Searches out and sends to the graveyard, so basically you can use your monster's effects. This is interesting with my deck. It's kind of unique. I run 2 terraforming instead of 3, and in place of the third, I run a gold Sark, because why would you run 3 terraforming and then instead you can have 2 and then have 1 card that can possibly, it can search out Ravine. Yes, you have to wait 2 turns, but it can search out Ravine or anything else in the deck. So, I mean, you're not limited, to what card you need to search out. You can search out anything with this card. And yes, a lot can change in 2 turns nowadays in Yu-Gi-Oh, but this is an amazing card. I really love it, and I find that 2 of these and 1 of these is great because you can still get Dragon Ravine with any of these, but you can get any card with Gold Sark. Next is Obvious, MST and Giant Trunade. This MST got here in the mail the day after the tournament, so it was being replaced by a second Pot of Avarice, but I find that 1 Pot of Avarice is good anyway because it's probably just going to be limited in September anyway, but yeah, you need 1 MST. Staples, Monster Reborn, Lightning Vortex. You'll notice that I have this Lightning Vortex instead of Dark Hole. If you want to know why I hate Dark Hole so much, you can watch my video I have. It's called I Hate Dark Hole. Pretty simple. But yeah, I find this as a good alternative, and it helps you discard a card anyway. And last spell is Pot of Avarice, because you're constantly pitching cards to your graveyard, so just recycling. But my advice to you is always leave at least 1 Phalanx and 1 Atlas in your graveyard when you use this. Don't use this when you have exactly 5 monsters, because that's gonna hurt you. So that card can hurt you in a Dragunity deck, but spells. I run 1 Deep Prison and 1 Bottomless, when usually people run 2 of each. I run 1 of each. I find that this card is not as good as it used to be, but it will be once the priority is taken away, which I don't like. I like priority, but, whatever. I am not in charge of Konami, but that would be cool if I was. And Deep Prison is just good for Stardust, And I just didn't have room for 2 more of each. Alright, negation cards, 1 Trap Stun, 1 Dark Bribe, and, of course, 1 Starlight Road. 1 Trap Stun. Trap Stun, I like these 2 much better than 7 Tools, because I'm one of those people that doesn't like to give up their life points. Trap Stun, there's no cost, and you negate every trap card for that turn. So that's much better than 7 Tools. Dark Bribe, this can negate a spell or a trap. It's not limited to a trap. And, most likely the card you're negating is way better than the card they're going to draw, so you might as well negate it and let them draw whatever card they draw. And Starlight Road, because why not? It's a really, really fast special summon of Stardust Dragon, and it negates Dark Hole, Mirror Force, Torrential, and all that great stuff that we all love. 1 called the Haunted, because you can destroy it with Scrap Dragon, Trident Dragon, Atlas, any of those cards that you need to destroy. 1 Fiendish Chain, because it's like a second effect veiler. You can negate your opponent's monster's effect, and it cannot attack, which is awesome. 1 Magic Cylinder. People are using Solemn Warning these days, so you might as well bring your life points down an extra 2,000 or so. And then Staples, Torrential Tribute, and Mirror Force. Destruction cards. Torrential Tribute actually saves me way more than Mirror Force. And now for the extra deck real quick. There's 15. And also, by the way, in my main deck, I have 21 spells and traps and 19 monsters. Alright, I run 2 Catasters because I use it mostly if I really, really need to with Legionnaire, but I really don't get this guy out as much as I would like to. Alright, 1 Vedriana because I don't have any more, but it's been working it's been working well with 1 because I have this in place of it, and just in case, but this is a good beater, so I like it. 1 Dragunity Knight Gabolg. Okay, I love this card. This is probably the synchro I use the most. That's level 6, even more than Vadriana, because it's really, really good. Keeps your opponent on their toes. 1 Gaydurg, because this card is like an extra Dragon Ravine, and it's 2400. I mean, that's the most powerful level 6 Dragunity Synchro monster, and I really like this card. I know a lot of people don't, but I like it. 1 Barca because it's easy to get out Trident Dragion with this. Obviously, 1 Bryonic. 1 Ancient Fairy for mirror matches and Gravekeepers, and this is probably the hardest card synchro to get out, but when you can, it's good. Alright, since I run 1 Malefic and 1 Starlight Road, I have 3 Stardust Dragons. Yay. Since everyone has one of these but never uses it, 1 Red Dragon Archfiend. He's just a good beater. Clears the field too. 1 Scrap Dragon works amazing in this deck. His first effect, not the second, obviously. And last but not least, 1 Trident Dragion. At the tournament, I did not have this because this came with the MST the next day later. So this was actually a Mistworm before, but this is so much better. But yeah. So you guys tell me what you think, and that was my Dragunity deck. And yeah, I'm gonna get 1 of each collection tin wave 1 of the first Zexal tins. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. And until then, bye YouTube. Italy Tiger 29 signing out.